make sure that's muted over there. Slide that over to this screen. And we're muted. Hey, good morning, everybody. All right. So how can I help you grow your business? What's your DMP question? What's your mindset question?
Hey, good morning.
Good morning, Michael.
So the way you can help me out, I know the answer. I just want to say thank you for letting me be here and like being around your energy because there'll be times where it just your confidence isn't that high, right? And so um yeah, I just needed your energy today. That's all I gotta say.
You are welcome. Thanks for showing up, and thanks for bringing your energy.
Yeah.
It allows me to give some of the overflow to you, and I receive some of yours. And right, the biggest challenge we have when we're in well, I shouldn't say we. I will say I. The biggest challenge I appear to have is that when I'm in a not so outstanding state, is that we don't want to change. That little gremlin inside of us, that little voice inside of us, wants to really hold on to it, wants to just beat the living bejeebies out of ourselves. And when we look at it, when we look back at it, when we 2020 vision it, and we look back, and because 2020 vision is the clearest of visions, and we look back and say, well, that doesn't even make sense. Why would I do that? Because the I that's asking why I would do that, why would I do that, is not the I that was doing it. And we have to be crystal clear that when you are not in a good state, when I'm not in a good state, it is not the me that wants to be in a good state. The me that wants to be in a good state exists. The me that wants to be in a good state is a servant until you become a badass. And the badass is controlling your habits, is controlling your feelings, is controlling your thinking. And the way you do that is you have to have a mandate. You have to be in complete control. And the way you get in control is by reading stuff, is by listening to stuff, is by doing good habits, right? They say bad habits are hard to break. So are good habits. So when our energy suffers, we have to come up with a significant shift in awareness to get back to state. And the first thing to do is move your body. First thing to do when I'm having when I get frustrated or agitated or something, I will get up and move my body. I'll get up, I'll move around, I'll get on the floor with one of the dogs, I'll roll around, we'll play, we'll laugh, we'll do whatever. I'll go walk around. I'll walk up to the sheep. I will go out and look around. And the things that, because here's the thing, if I'm on the ranch and I'm having a bad day, how is that possible? When everything around me is joy. The view is beautiful, the land is beautiful, the weather is beautiful, and I'm having a bad day, it doesn't make sense, right? Because the I that suffers is not the I that wins. And we have to become aware of that. We keep thinking it's all us. It is not all us. We have forgotten who we are so many times. We have made up characters of who we think we are, and we're not even scratching the real surface of us. So the I that recognized being around here and being in this energy is the I that's welcome, right? You're the I here that says, thanks for letting me be around this energy. I just really needed it. That's the I that's welcome. You've got to ask that I, what makes you think you're not welcome in the other places? What makes you think you have to go suffer or you have to leave the stage to be in this place? Now, there are places, right? And we have these stories that there's some places that I'm asked to go that I go because Michelle is going. Does this make sense? Are you reading between the lines? So where my bride goes, I go. Doesn't necessarily mean I want to be in that place. I do want to be with my bride. So There are places where I put on the character of Joy. I doubt it's not the authentic me, because the authentic me wouldn't probably be invited back. And so I put on a masquerade and get through it. Now, do I seem authentic? Do they have a version of me that's, he's just not probably 100%. Yet I don't do it for them. I do it for Michelle. And that's why I show up. So I'm happy that I'm with her. So you've got to look at, how do you change your state by looking at what you're currently doing to make sure you maintain a certain level of vibration. That's the thing that I'm always looking at. What is my level of vibration? What is my level of desire in this particular moment? My desire isn't to be at that location. My desire is to be with Michelle. So I can adjust my desire, whether it's long-term, short-term, whether it's personal, whether it's physical, whether it's mental. I'm always looking at, how do I maximize my desire? I was working with somebody yesterday, and we were doing some somewhat strenuous physical work, putting up some tin for sheet metal, for a roof inside a barn. And I kept putting the screws in the wrong spot. And he would kind of gig me a little bit. Dude, I thought you were smarter than that. Well, that brought me right back to my dad. My dad didn't do things to make fun of me. He expected you to understand there's certain patterns, and I wasn't following the pattern. I was in the wrong row, and I was too close to the wall, and there was just 1,001 little, and they were the nittiest, pickiest things. But boy, they got under my skin. It was fuel for that version of me growing up as a farm boy. So I got down and I went and changed the battery in my drill, and I walked out and the puppies were there, and I saw the puppies, and I knew I needed to change my state. Otherwise I was going to unravel. I had my tools though. Literally, physically, I had my drill that I needed to go change a battery in. But I knew that was coming. I could feel it. It just, and I hadn't felt that in decades. So my point is in awareness, we can either let it spiral out of control, we can stop it, we can change the momentum. And the biggest thing you can do is the physical. Move your body, right? Physical body. Then what are you thinking about, and what are the words, right? Physiology, focus, language, and meaning. What are you focused on? What's the language and meaning you're using to tell the story? Does that help? That was a long story. I don't even know if that was anything to a question.
Yeah, no, that helped a lot. What is it? Just going back to the triangle, the focus,
Physiology at the
physiology.
bottom,
Yeah,
focus on either side, focus, and then language and meaning.
yeah. So I did my morning walk,
Yep.
and it just helps. It's there's no benefit in me overthinking when it just makes sense to just move my body and go for a walk. So I did that, and then it's just my focus right now. It's on the lack, and so yeah, it's almost like I have a parasite in me right now,
Mm-hmm.
and it literally feels like it's gnawing at my brain. It's
Yep.
this negative thought pattern I've been having this morning. Um, and it's all about just me focus. Like I'm just I'm just gonna say this. I'm like playing it day by day right now. Like it's just like just show up today, right? We'll see how today goes. We'll get to tomorrow. I'm trying to make it to December 15th, and then you know keep showing up like each day.
Yep.
That's just that's in all honesty, that's just where I'm at right
So
now.
what was
So
your best sale so far this year? What was your most exciting sale? Doesn't have to be the most volume. What was your most exciting sale? What was the one that they surprised you, you surprised them, together you both became more and more surprised?
yeah, it was this guy Dozer Dan. He was some guy from Kansas. He wasn't very wealthy, but he just loved Grant and he had a great attitude. And I I sold him tickets to come out to an event with us,
Uh-huh.
and he was so excited at the end. Like he just was such a Grant fanatic.
Did he say thank you?
Yep, yep. He
Did,
said thank you. I've been
did you receive the thank you?
yeah. Well, I thought I did.
Well, I'm just asking because maybe you did.
Yeah.
I would ask you to receive it again because that thank you still exists.
Yeah, he literally sent me a video of himself and his bulldozer saying thank you.
And how did that get lost? How did that get shoved underneath whatever this is that you're feeling, this day by day emotion?
Ah, I'm not focused on the people I helped. I'm focused on my lack of production. So
Right. And
it
so
shifts the focus.
what you think about, you bring about.
Yeah.
So you're thinking about lacking. It's not rocket surgery. so
Yeah.
so how many Dozer Dans can you talk to today?
I can make I'm gonna make 250 phone calls and I can talk to at least 22 people. Let's say 10 of those would be like those are Dan.
Okay. And then what happens to your day?
I mean, it'll get 10 times better, right? If I can help someone early, especially, just get a quick win under my belt.
So what if we went what if we started with you?
I would love that.
What if we started with the win is you? You become the first win of the day. What would it take for you to feel like you're back in a winning state?
I mean, what I can do, going back to that guy Dozer Dan, I literally saved that call recorded because it was so like
It was a flow. You
it
were
was a
in the
flow.
flow. What
Yeah, it was,
Mikhail Kaskimi, it's a Russian name, like 28 letters in his last name. It's crazy. He's the one who came up with the term flow. You were in a
yeah,
flow state.
yeah, exactly. That whole month I was in a flow state and we celebrated on the phone. Like we do this thing with the bells where
Mhm.
we congratulate them for coming out to the event. And I remember that guy on the other phone, he gave like the loudest hoorah I've ever heard a client give from the other end. So I saved it. I actually have the audio recorded. I can play that to myself. I would literally would play that some mornings to motivate myself.
So
So
I would play it every morning.
yeah.
I would make that your figure out, get somebody who's techie. You're pretty techie. If you don't understand, get somebody who's techier and make that your ringtone.
I
Make that an alarm.
can make that.
Hoorah! And make that the sound that goes off when your alarm goes off.
That'd be funny. I'm gonna do that.
Now,
I bet. Yeah.
here's the thing I want you to know, Michael. The reason I can be of tremendous value to you is because I don't have to tell you what to remember. This isn't about how good I am. This is about how good you've already been. And I'm okay with reminding you how good you are for you to remember how good you are.
Hmm.
You had this. This is in your evidence file.
Yeah.
And you're already giggling about it. You're laughing about it. Right?
Yeah. Yeah. You're
Yeah,
right.
you got it. Everything you want is as close as your skin. And the things you really want are closer. So I would start talking. Don't tell me where you've been. Tell me where you're going. Tell me about your Dozer Dan. So come up with some other names. Come up with some other names. So when you have these,
Hold on one sec. You went mute. I see you. It's just the mic. There we go. You're back. Oh.
versus,
Oh.
Can't hear you.
it's nothing on my mic. It's everything.
Okay. Now you're good.
Yeah, but
There we
everything's connected. Nothing's anyway. So here's the
go.
thing. You've got Dozer Dan. Dozer Dan was tickets for an event.
Hmm.
And then I don't know if he purchased any other products. What I would do is create kind of fun names. Dozer Dan, Winner Wendy, I don't know, Chia Kathy, whatever these names, and come up with these icons, come up with these caricatures for the different people. So the 100K would be maybe it's the Superman product. But in your mind, start playing with these characters, start playing role playing with these individuals of the Dozer Dans. right? Dozer Dan was at this level. Who's above Dozer Dan? Maybe it's articulating bucket. You don't know equipment,
Articulating bucket.
right? Right, but have some fun with it, right? Have some fun with it. Foghorn Leghorn. Just my point is that when you get too serious, you wind up in a vibration of serious, and it's hard for you to get yourself out. You even walked the beach serious this morning.
Yeah. Yeah, when you're too cookie cutter on the phones,
Right.
it just comes off as a weird vibration.
It does. And here's the problem. As a speaker, I don't know about cold caller, but as a speaker, what I know is that when somebody starts to, as an MC, when I watch people go out on stage and I'm in the green room and I'm with them and they're wanting to throw up and they're wanting to do all this stuff, which is awesome. I love when people want to get sick before they go on, because they're going to give some pretty cool attention to the audience. The challenge is if they don't unspiral out of that as soon as they get on and feel the love of the audience, if they're not receiving the love of the audience, I got to go out and save them. Otherwise, it's going to be a train wreck. And the fear of you walking out on stage while somebody else is out on stage, for most people, is a death walk. They can't even figure out. I love if I get to go out and serve somebody, because I know I can get their message. I know, because the audience is so much happier. Why I say all of that is that when you start to hear the things you miss, or the things the little misfires, I got to tell you, it just starts a spiral. And if you wake up in that, it's a pretty long haul to get out to. You're starting to build the pyramid, hauling those stones by your own. And that ain't fun. So go listen to your Dozer Dan information. Do that some stuff. Send some of your buddies some stick it in your ear messages or whatever. Any of your guy friends or any friends that you have that you can cut up with, and you're an idiot, right? I love you. You're the biggest butthole I know. All of those things. Change your state. Send texts out. And find yourself in a new energy.
Will do. Yeah, I'm gonna have a fun, goofy day today.
And don't be surprised, right, when fun and goofy comes your way. Yep. I love it.
Thank you, Sean.
You bet, brother.
Thank you.
Who else? Thoughts, comments, questions, takeaways? What can I do to serve you this morning?
Hey, just wanted to say real quick, how's it going?
Outstanding.
Outstanding. I got a message from in the email from Rhea, and this was a Nuno reverse, man. I didn't know that you were doing this, and it's gonna make things a lot easier.
Yep.
And I want to thank you for that.
You're welcome.
So thank you.
So those of you in the mastermind, you're getting your own portal, and your recordings are going to go into the portal. I'll also send them to you so you can have them wherever. But your recordings will go into the portal, and different mastermind content will go into the portal that is appropriate for you. And yeah, I've had it for a decade. I don't know why it took so long to figure it out to do it that way, but that's why we have Rhea's. Rhea's amazing. So yeah, you will. Again, it's on Kartra. You'll be getting a login link to it, and yeah, we'll kind of make it a little bit easier for you. Listen, you can train an old dog. Anyone else? Thoughts, comments, questions, takeaways, take with yous? I'm gonna open up.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Sorry, I'm passing a busy street right now.
Oh,
Can you
no,
hear
sorry.
me?
I love busy streets.
I did want to say, you said something about like, oh, I can't have a bad day on the ranch. Like when you said the word bad day, it stuck out to me so much that it's really impossible to have a bad day unless someone dies. Other than that, it's really not a bad day. It's just a few thoughts or like one circumstance that happened that then consumed your mind. But other than that, it's really kind of impossible to have a bad day. So I think that's something nice to keep in mind, how how quickly we can shift things, and to remember like nothing actually detrimental like death happened. So for that, we should be grateful.
And here's the thing about death. I would offer you this. We get sad. I've been to lots of funerals. I've been to lots of times where people were on their deathbed. People are sad. And I've said this to some people who are very close to me. I said, why are you sad? Why are you blaming them for your sadness? Now, you got to be really close to me for me to come at you like that, right? That's full knives out and everything. What are you talking about? I said, you're sad, yes? I said, why is their sickness making you sad? Why do you get to be sad when they're the one sick?
Mm.
You're like, what are you talking about? I'm sad because they're sick. No. You're sad because you've been an asshole to them. You never called them when you wanted to call them. You didn't tell them you loved them when you could tell them you loved them. And now you're crying because you didn't love them. You should never miss a moment to say thank you to the people around you, because when they're gone, they now can watch you 360 degrees, 365, 24/7. You're sad that they're going to find out you've been a real jerk in your life.
Yeah.
Right?
I totally agree with that.
So I'm not sad when somebody dies.
Yeah, well, initially what I was going to say was, oh, it's not a bad day if you don't get a bad diagnosis or someone dies. But then I thought about it and I was like, wait, even a bad diagnosis, like that's also just a moment in time and like things can change. So I removed that one and it was just with death. But then
Right?
it's so true. Even with death, there's still meaning and beauty there and something that you can transform into a message of life. So yeah.
Well, so again, and I love that, because here's why I'm saying this. I'm not saying this to educate you. You already knew this. Again, we talked about this in our one-on-one the other day. You were being kind to the audience to give them an out. Right? Death.
Yeah.
Well, everybody be okay with death. No, I'm not okay with it because I don't want you to be okay with it, because that's not who you are. That's the one I know. Now there may be a Cinderella or a monster version of you I haven't met yet. I don't know that that's true. I'm sure there's shadows of it. My point is this: there's 2 times we die. The day they bury us and the last time our name is spoken. That's why we say, I love you, Mark. How about some Pura Vida? He hasn't died. He's not dead. He's on the call every day. Right? Lydia, Sharon's oldest sister, the matriarch. She hasn't died. Jesse Lee Ward hasn't died. Fiona hasn't died. She's dead, hasn't died. So if somebody is sad about them dying, it's because they're never going to say their name again. I think that's fascinating at many levels. So I would encourage us, if death is a moment in time that we no longer get the physical, we still have the emotional, then I would make sure you don't miss a moment of physical. I have friends, if they passed yesterday, because I like to talk about things that don't happen, I would be sad because I know they had some things planned, but I didn't. I'm not going to say, man, I should have. I send texts, I love you, I appreciate you, you're an idiot, you got your head so far up your butt, right? Funny things and laughter things. And so I tell Mason, I love you, I appreciate you, I'm mad as hell at you right now, or I'm not, or I love you, I'm proud of you. Can't miss it. If you're going to miss them, then you are living a life of lack.
Yeah. I also want to say, even before someone dies, say it's old age and you kind of know it's coming,
Yep.
there's people that are already preparing for their sadness because they know that while they were alive, that they didn't actually prioritize the relationship and I guess just doing their part. Like, it's so crazy.
I have a very dear friend. He's coming up on 90. I went to Ireland with him. Ron Getter, like a big brother to me. And I tried to call him, and what I must have deleted the wrong phone number, cell phone.
Mhm.
And I was calling him, and I'm calling him, and I'm looking in in the part of Florida where he lives. I'm looking for the old newspapers for obituaries. Did he die? I mean, I was getting sad. Like, holy shit, this is one of my best friends. And if he died, I'm going to kill him, right? With that kind of mentality. And I'll be damned if I didn't get a Christmas, no, a Thanksgiving note from him.
Yeah.
And I call him up and I go, what number is this? He goes, this is the number I always had. I said, what's this number? He said, I haven't had that number in forever. That was the only number I had. So I now call him probably 2-3 times a week. And
Love that.
Because I didn't want to be sad. I don't want to be sad. We all die. But we don't have to be dead. So
Yeah. And also the way how we tend to prioritize physical things within society that are such like momentary feelings of pleasure rather than the real things that matter in life. And then when shiitake hits the fan, then we're like, oh my God,
I love everybody using shiitake.
I'm trying to clean up my language.
Yes, it's awesome. And it's fun. And here's the thing. What you said is that we prioritize matter. If we look at an atom, it's 2% matter, 98% stuff.
Mhm.
And it's boggles my mind how we focus on the 2%.
Yeah, but that's also the program of the society. So you have to deprogram yourself to not focus so much on the matter and to constantly remind yourself about that other 98%, which is really where the truth is and where the magic is and where creation is.
If I was going to go to war, if I was going to go to battle for my success, would I want a 2% increase in my success or a 98% increase in my success?
It's also funny when you ask someone, what's the matter? And you're asking, that's like asking them, like, what are you focused on? Like, what type of matter are you focused on?
Yeah, what's the energy? What?
What's the matter?
Yeah, what's the matter? Let's get you out of the ethereal and let's get you to the things let's get you to the 2% of nothingness.
Yeah.
I love you. You're so brilliant.
Love you too.
Okay. Have a great day. Oh, what else? Anything? I didn't want to cut you off.
No, that's it.
Okay, cool.
Thank you.
Somebody give me a page number. 1 to 100.
98.
98, 98, 98, 44, 56, 70, 94, 6, 7, 8, 98. Ooh, it's questions. Ooh, I love it. Why do all people desire increase? What assurance should you seek to convey to others? What temptation is spoken of? How much power do you want? Why do you want power? Those are the questions to chapter 14. And chapter 14, I think, is Advancing Man. Who's 14? The Impression of Increase. Yep, the Advancing Man. So, yeah.
What was the last question? Why do you want power?
Why do you want power? And what is power? Power is organized thought. Let's see if I can find it real quick here. The mind that seeks for mastery over others is the competitive mind, and the competitive mind is not the creative one. In order to master your environment and your destiny, it is not at all necessary that you should rule over your fellows. And indeed, when you fall into the world's struggle for high places, you begin to be conquered by fate and environment. You begin to be conquered by fate and environment, and getting rich becomes a matter of chance and speculation. Be aware of the competitive mind. No better statement of the principle of the creative action can be formulated than the favorite declaration of the late Golden Rule Jones. What I want for myself, I want for everybody. Why do you want power? Questions, comments, thoughts?
Yeah, I have a question. Good
Yes,
morning,
ma'am.
Joe.
Good morning.
Sean. How are you this morning?
Outstanding.
But that's not my question. Well, not certainly question to you. Why wouldn't you want power?
Most people, it's the definition of power. It's it's like when we say, I want to be healthy, and you have to have the power to become healthy. Most people want power, dominion over another. That's what they consider power. Right? I don't have power over my sheep. I don't have power over my dogs. Most people think they do. I'm your master. You're not. You're the one that feeds me, and I just choose not to bite you. So most people think that power is, and that's what happens a lot in network marketing, at least in my 20 plus years experience in it, is that because I sponsored you, I control you. And we get upset when they're uncontrollable. Right? That's why we have to remember they're volunteers.
There I can think of someone, yes, who tries to tell people what they can do and not do. And I find that always so strange. Yeah.
So that's power.
But why? Why would a person do that? I
Well,
mean,
because of they lack self-love. And so you will love me, and the beatings will continue until you love me. Yeah. It's just a way of self-preservation. It's all about
that is a very odd thing because I find it incredibly annoying, and I just stop responding at one point because I mean it's ridiculous when people do that. I mean I find that ridiculous. I think, you can only control yourself, not other people, but to tell other people what they can do and not do, that's not a leader. I mean, well, that's a leader who wants followers,
right.
not develop other leaders. That's at least how I feel
Yeah.
when someone
And the
does
other
that.
thing is, so here's the thing. If we ever get mad, we've lost our power. Nobody I know wants to be mad. Nobody I know wants to be frustrated. Nobody I know wants to be agitated. Nobody's ever said, "Hey, can you help me become the most agitated person on the planet?" Nobody's ever asked me that.
No.
So then you've got to ask the question. Then I asked them the question, do you ever get agitated? Well, yes. I said, so why don't you start there and choose the power over you? If you ever get frustrated with somebody, you are losing your power. Period. So I want power. I want to be in control of me. I want to be unaffected. I want to be able to be a source, to be a light, to be a place where people, when they walk by me, they feel amazing. I want people to kind of their head tilt when they walk by. Now, I get that because A, I'm tall. B, I've got a smile on most of the time, which is odd for most people.
For a
I'm
man,
looking,
especially.
I'm looking at people in the eye. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. And I want people to know they are seen. Now, I could be running with, I can go get, nothing wrong with coloring your hair, but I can go get a mohawk and stand my hair up and people will look at me. I can go get a bunch of tattoos. People who have tattoos, my research, it's very limited, are introverts. And the reason they wear the tattoos is because it's one of the few ways they can be seen without saying, look at me. And then it's another way, depending upon the tattoo, is whether or not I would interact with you because of what if it's skull, crossbones, and death, and knives, and blood, I'm not walking up to you. Now, I do. I walk up to people and I go, that is some cool ink. What's your favorite one? Oh, it's this one over here. It's usually hidden, and it usually has reference to somebody in their family. Right? It's a memory from when they were little. And they hide it. They don't put it out here.
Why do they hide it?
Because that's their inferiority. That's they don't want to be seen, but they have it because they need the memory. They need to remember that they were good at one time,
Wow,
that they had a,
that's strange. Yeah, I wonder, and this is more a phenomenon in like maybe the last 15 years that people are so overly inking themselves. I mean, I don't think you saw that 20 years ago that much. I mean, some people, yes, had maybe one or two tattoos.
Yep.
But now, I mean, people have the entire sleeves, I mean, both arms, women even. I
Yep.
mean, women. I'm always so blown away by that. You really, and I never thought of what would be the reason. I mean,
Yeah.
wow, that is a totally different way to now look at people. But thinking about that,
Yep.
it makes sense. Wow.
Yeah.
Because yes,
They're
I
the
mean
most,
you draw attention, especially when you overly or when you have one very nice one that's colorful and stands out. But yes, I mean, but why do you think they overly ink themselves nowadays when we did not see that? Has the
because they
mindset
never had a
shifted?
voice. They never had a voice.
But has the mindset shifted that the generation that does that
Mm-mm.
feels differently than your generation? I don't know
Nope.
if you have tattoos or not. I didn't see any, but
No, I don't have any. No,
okay.
the reason for tattoos is a place to mark a moment in time, and then in marking that moment in time, depending upon where it's at, right? Some people put it under their shirts because they have to be in business, right? So their sleeves stop at their collar. And they always wear long sleeve shirts, but when they take it off, when they take that shirt off, you're like, oh, I didn't know you had tattoos, right? So there's this novelty, and when they have the full sleeve, it's because they're hiding themselves, and they're wanting you to see a version of them that didn't exist in their body.
Wow. I never thought of tattoos that deep.
Yep. And when people put the stuff on their back shoulder, right, the little butterflies that come across their back, or a little this, or a couple of little birds, and right, and why would they put it back here? So they never see it. If I'm putting on
There's
a
some,
tattoo, I'd like to see the damn thing. Why would I put it where I'm never going to see it?
yeah, that because maybe they want other people to see it, but
They
yeah,
want to
I
be
mean,
seen, but not have to talk. They want to
so
have a conversation starter.
so I know several ladies
Yep.
that have the wings tattooed like rather large on their back. Why do you think they've done that?
Well, it's angel wings, right?
Specifically the wings.
Yeah, it's angel wings.
Yes, yes.
They want to be. That's the appropriate place where wings should be. It'd be kind of hard to have their wings flapping.
Well, okay, yeah, you're so funny. But why this specific tattoo? I
Well,
mean,
because it's
because you don't see that on men. I mean, at least I have not seen men having angel wings.
no, they if they have wings, they're usually on some kind of a a heavenly angel that's 10 feet tall or something. But yes, so the
Yes.
reason is that, again, couple of things. So what some people don't pay attention to is that, much like my words are flowing into you, your words are flowing into me, our words are flowing into everybody who's listening. Do you realize, or maybe you have, I don't know if most people realize that when somebody, the vibration of the person, that tattoo artist, is putting that ink into you, they are literally changing your body's frequency. Not just the ink, not just the needles, not just the frequency of the needle gun. It's the person who's doing it. They are literally laying on your skin. And we know that water has memory, and where those inks come from, and when they're putting those inks in, they are literally changing the vibratory of the state when they dip the needle in there and then bring it to your body. That frequency is of the artist.
Oh my God.
Isn't it? You can't not be.
Well, I don't know. I've never gotten a tattoo. I've seen tattoos being done on other people,
Right.
but wow, oh my God, it's like taking it to a whole nother level. So it would also depend on the vibration of the tattoo artist, you're saying?
The tattoo artist, the room they're in, who was on the previous bed,
Oh my
over the
God.
chair.
Wow. That's like taking it, yeah, another
Well,
level. I
it
mean, wow.
it's just awareness, right? What was the previous store that was in the building that now that the tattoo building is in?
Are you serious?
Uh, have you ever moved into a house and people's houses were haunted? Have you
Uh,
ever
n-
seen that?
no, I haven't, but I've heard of it. I mean,
Did you
even,
ever paint a wall in a house?
no,
I mean, not you, but you ever have a wall, the color of a wall changed?
I'm trying to think. I don't think
You ever
so.
put up your own artwork?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. You're changing the frequency of the room. So that frequency is now on the wall.
Well, yeah, we just put our Christmas tree up. That certainly changed the entire frequency of the room. And you know, the funny thing is, our dog is too. But last year we didn't have a tree. We had one when she was tiny when we first got her. But last year, because my daughter was traveling in Europe, so we didn't have a tree. So she's trying to hide under the tree and eat the needles, and she's just trying to figure out. You know, she's very sensitive, so she realizes that her entire environment has changed.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was weird yesterday. We were looking for her and she was hiding under the tree. Yeah, because animals are much more intuitive than people, I
Well,
think.
there's certain characteristics that they can do, that they can smell better and maybe hear better because they don't have the distractions. And the reason they're intuitive is because they haven't been told they're not good. They haven't told they're not intuitive. We're as or if not more intuitive than any species on the planet. We just have been told that we're not allowed to use that sense, our sixth sense, our energetic sense. we
Oh,
have
wow.
we have logical thinking. We have the ability to think. They don't have the ability to think. I have the ability to think of what I want in the future. I'm not simply always present. I can take my present and cast it out into the future and literally call to me. A dog can only wag its tail to get thanks. I can think about bringing thanks to me and it shows up.
Wax its tail or gives you kisses as well.
Yep. So the point is that we're I don't know what the number is, 1,000 times more intuitive than animals. It's just that's all they get to focus on. When they're standing out in the barn eating hay, they're not going, I wonder if somebody's on social media not liking me. They're not doing that.
Oh, they don't even know that exists.
Exactly.
Also you putting them on social media, so they
Yep.
actually are on social media. Oh my, yeah, wow.
Change the way we look at things, and the things we look at change.
This is an incredibly learning morning. Wow. Wow. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
You are welcome, welcome, welcome. It's why when we start to build the houses over across the way, I'm going to have parties before any drywall goes up or sheetrock goes up, to have people come in and sign the walls, sign the 2x4s or whatever framing is on the walls, to put love and intention, and to literally love the framework of the house, so that when we put everything over it, that vibration already exists in the house. We did that with these houses.
Oh my God, that's an amazing idea. I've never heard of that.
Yeah,
Where did
and
you
then
come up with that stuff?
it's just Sean.
You tattoo, Sean is tattooing
I'm
the
tattooing the
woodwork.
framework. Right.
Wow. Ah, yeah, that's amazing. When are you going to put it up? I must come back.
Oh yeah, no, there'll be plenty of time for that. Yeah, it'll probably be it. Well, we're supposed to be getting the first set of drawings back from the architect. Maybe this week. Maybe
Oh, wow.
so.
Oh, that's exciting. You're
Yeah,
moving
it is.
forward.
Yep.
That is super exciting. But I will come when there's no hurricane season. or
Sure.
no, tornado.
Yep.
Excuse me. This is, yeah. Oh, oh my
I
God.
love it.
That is amazing. Now I'm going to really look at people with tattoos a different way.
And the funny thing
You
is
just really shifted my mindset about that.
typically
Wow.
when I'll see them, and I didn't know the phrase because I don't have tattoos, but I asked somebody who's a friend. I said, how would I say you got cool tattoos? Because that sounds like somebody who doesn't have a freaking clue that about tattoos. I don't speak your nomenclature. She said you would say good ink. It's cool ink. I'm like, oh, okay. So I went to the first person. I said, I was told that this is a nice thing to say. You have cool ink. They're like, yeah, that's right. I said, that is some cool ink. Tell me about that story. How long did that take? And they go, oh, well, that's nothing. This one, and they pull up their shirt and they show me a tattoo across their ribs. Or this one hurt the most across the sternum, or on the foot of their on the front top of their foot. That those bones, the skin. There's no skin. I mean,
Yeah, I have heard that
yeah,
too. Yeah. Oh, wow. Or they take down their pants because they have full legs as
yes,
well now.
yep.
Yes.
And
Wow.
then they have all of this, and then they got to put on clothes so they can be appropriate. Right.
Oh,
So it's just they want to have this expression, yet they still have to follow into the rules of society.
So why are we telling them, uh, yeah, like you were saying, they're professional and they wear the long sleeves. Why are we telling them it's not okay for you to express yourself because you're working here?
Because people have sticks up their butt and they're not willing to be flexible about humanity.
I guess it goes right along with what type of clothes you're supposed to wear in some environments.
Yeah. Yeah. You have this predetermined requirement in order to operate at this level. Okay.
Wow, fascinating. I mean, fascinating. You definitely make me think at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Get your
And
brain fired up.
and here I must have hit the snooze button. It was 4 or 3, and I was like hustling to get on before you got off.
I love it.
But thank you, thank you, thank you. Love you so much.
Love you too. Anyone else? Last thoughts, comments, questions, takeaways? Speaking of tattoos, imagine now, what's the tattoo you're showing the world? Because all of us are tattooed. It's called our vibration. Most of us, the vibration we are currently expressing to the universe is not of our choosing. We are a product of our environment, right? Joe Dispenza says, your personality is made up by your personal reality, or your personality makes up your personal reality. It's either the outside is determining who you are, or you are determining how you see the outside. That's the only two options you have. All right. If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. If you are not choosing how to show up in your environment is going to control you. And I promise you, don't be surprised what it has planned for you, because it ain't as nice as you would like it to be. It's just the reality. Right. If you imagine, if you've ever played sports or you've ever been to a sporting event, if you're the home team, right? Why do they say there's a home court advantage? Because you know it. When you go away, when you're on an away, when you're the away team, you're the visitors, you don't get treated as nice. Your lockers aren't as good. The fans, there's not as many of your fans there, right? Unless you go to a football rivalry, Michigan versus Ohio State, or something of that nature, where it's kind of half and half. But it's a home court advantage. The challenge with our home court, called your internal, called your thinking, that's your home court advantage. We put ourselves at a disadvantage because we say we're not enough. My mentor would ask you, how's that working for you? So think about that today. If you want a true home court advantage, start owning your home court. I'm your head brain training. Fix your home court advantage to your advantage. Wait a minute. There's a couple of comments, a couple of long comments. Let me check, see if there are any questions in there. What are the comments? Well, yes, Diane was there. She was one of the ones who helped archetype the walls. It was the very first event we had. And there was 26 people here, 26 souls. And I think Zalika was there too. I think she might have been there. And yeah, they gave them markers and they all wrote on the walls. Some got up and wrote on the beams in the ceiling. And yeah, a lot of them were in the room that our bedroom, the master bedroom. They wrote all in those walls, sweet dreams, love you tons. And every now and then when I'm having a little issue, I'll just put my hand across as I'm walking down into the kitchen or along the walls, and I'll feel the energy, or I'll think of somebody. It's kind of cool. So there you go. I'm your head brain training right on the walls misfit. I'll see y'all where?
Next event.
At the next event. Somebody give me some Costa Ricas.
Pura
Pura
vida.
Pura
Avida.
vida.
We love you, Mark. And some Lydias.
Peace be
Peace,
with
peace,
us.
peace.
With us all.
Be with us all. And the queen of helping you leave your legacy, Jessie Lee Ward.
Boss Lee.
Boss Lee.
Boss Lee. Yeah, and Little White Fluffy. Gurgly.
Gurgly,
Gurgly,
gurgly.
gurgly.
Gurgly, gurgly.
Diane, I think Michelle even has the B sign. I think you got us the B sign.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. That she's got that hung like almost where you signed, I think. Could be, but it's definitely your B sign is also in the kitchen. So I love it, love it, love it. I get to see you every morning.
Thank
There you go,
thank
ladies and gentlemen. Go have some fun today. Be somebody special because you already are. And we'll see you all tomorrow. Love you tons. Bye.
Thank you, Sean. Thank you, family.
Thank you,
Have a good
John.
day, guys.
Love you guys.